Today, I'm going to teach you how to hack your first game. And the game we are going to hack is Google Chrome's Dino game. By the end of the video, I guarantee you'll be able to set a high score and possibly break the game itself. Make sure you watch till the end for a bonus tip. Let's go. As I said before, or you've seen in the thumbnail, we are going to be hacking the Google Chrome dinosaur game. And don't worry if you don't have any programming experience, because these hacks require very minimal coding skills. But before we do any of that, we actually have to get to the game. So let me teach you how to do that. All right, so the first way is going to require you to disconnect from the internet, whether it's on your PC or phone. I'm just going to show you on my phone because I don't want to disconnect my internet on my PC. This might be kind of tough to see, but I have no internet. You can see up there in the top left, I am in airplane mode. And when I go to a website, you'll see this dinosaur pop up. If you click on the dinosaur, then you can start playing the Dino Run game. All right, the second way and the much easier way is just go open your Google Chrome, and in the URL address bar, we're going to type in Chrome://Dino and hit enter. And that will take us to the Dino game, where you press space to play. All right, before we get into the game, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how the game is actually played so we know what we're actually hacking. Basically, it's a simple platformer where you're controlling a T-Rex using the spacebar and down arrow to dodge objects as they are coming to you. As you progress through the game, your T-Rex will get faster, making it harder to dodge these objects. And if you happen to get hit by an object, well, you see what happens here. And when the game's over, you can see your high score in the top right. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is make sure our T-Rex is invincible, because we can set the speed to whatever we want, make him go super fast or jump super high, but it's going to make the objects somewhat impossible to dodge because we'll just be going too fast. So let's make him invincible. Alright, so if you don't know, most of this game is written in JavaScript, which makes it super easy to take advantage of. And to do that, we're going to use the Chrome developer tools. And to get to there, all you have to do is right click on your window, make sure you're in the game, and hit inspect. And then you'll see all this stuff pop up on the right hand side. Don't worry, you don't need to know everything about it, but if you have some programming experience, then you may notice some things you've seen before. What we're going to do now is start a new game, and then just click back over on the right hand side, and it should pause the game. Then you're going to go to the console tab, and we're going to be typing in two things in the console tab. The first one is right here. And what this basically does is whenever you're playing the game and you hit an object, it's going to call the game over function. Well, we want to store that game over function in a variable, and our variable is called original. And what this is going to allow us to do is call the game over function when we are invincible, since if we're invincible, the game's never going to end. So we need a way to end it. And we're going to hit enter. And now the second thing we're going to type in is this. And what this does is now we're setting the game over function to an empty function. That way, when it's called, nothing will happen. And we're going to hit enter. And then you should see this pop up. And now we can close out of the developer tools. And when we start playing the game, we'll just run through all the cacti or cactuses, whatever the plural of cactus is. And you can basically let this run for forever and you will never die. But the problem with that is we want to end the game at some point, right? We want to get a high score. So what we're going to have to do now is go back to our developer tools by going to inspect. You'll notice that's a common theme here. Go to our console tab again. And remember that first line that we entered, we stored the game over function in the original variable. Well, now we have to go in and set the game over function back to what it originally was, not the empty function anymore. So we're going to do that and hit enter. And now if we go back to the game, we should die and get our high score. So that's how you make him invincible, but now we want to speed him up and jump even higher. So let's get into that. All right, so we made our T-Rex invincible, but now we don't want to have to wait around for days just to set a high score. So let's make him jump higher and run faster. I feel like that was a Sandlot quote or something.
Even when Benny brought out the secret weapon, shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers.
So before we do it, I do recommend you make your T-Rex invincible again, because it's going to be very hard to dodge the objects if you do these two hacks. I already went ahead and made mine invincible, so go back if you haven't. All right, so to do this, I said it was a common theme, but yes, we are going to go into the developer tools again. So right click inspect, then I'm going to start my new game and pause it. And we're going to go back into the console tab. And the first thing we're going to do is set our T-Rex's jump height. And to do that, there is a set jump velocity function that is getting called whenever you try to jump. And this is what it looks like. And this is what you're going to have to paste into the console tab. And it's going to take a number. You see the number I have written down as 10. I don't know what the default is, but let's just go ahead and make this, I don't know, 25. And then you're going to hit enter. And then when we go back to the game, see how far he jumps. He's jumping literally off the screen right now. Let me exit out of the developer tab and go back. Okay, he's jumping super high. I mean, jumping doesn't really matter since we're invincible, but if you want to do this when you're not invincible, go ahead. That's cool and all, but I wanted him to go super fast so we don't have to wait all day to get a high score. So we're going to go back into the inspect screen or the developer tools screen, go back to the console tab. And just like the jump velocity function, we have a set speed function, and it looks like this, where it also takes a number to set his speed. Again, I don't know what the default speed is, but we're going to make this one, I don't know, 1000. I think if you go like 5000, it's just ridiculous and hard to see. So I'm going to type in 1000 and hit enter. And now I'm going to exit out. And if we go back, you can see how fast he's going. Like, look, I think I've already set a high score. You can barely see the objects just flying by. And if I jump, you can see I'm still jumping off the screen. Yeah, you can let this run for, I don't know, overnight. I think the high score is like 99999 something. All right, so we made our T-Rex invincible. We made him jump higher, or we made him super fast. There's only one thing left to do, and that's get rid of the T-Rex, because, I mean, he's cool and all, but we want to play with better characters, don't we? So let's get into that. All right, so now the last thing we have to do is change our T-Rex to something, I don't know, a little more cooler. And I'm sure there's tons of characters out there, but I went ahead and found my own. I'm going to use this one right here, Sonic the Hedgehog. I did see there's also Batman, Mario. So if you want to try a different character, just go to Google and type in, I don't know, Chrome Dino sprites, and you might be able to find something. But like I said, we're going to go with Sonic. And you guessed it, we're going to do it one last time. Go to the inspect, Google Developer Tools. And this time we're not going to use the console tab. We're actually going to stay on the elements tab. And we're going to go down until we see this offline resources div. We're going to open up this caret. And then we're going to find where it says offline resources -1x. Once you find that, you're going to go back to your picture and copy this URL up top. Or you can right click and copy image address. And we're going to go back to our Dino game. Double click where it says source equals on the offline resources 1x. And we're just going to replace all that text with our picture text. And hit enter. And now when we exit out and go back to the game, we have Sonic. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure there's tons of other sprites out there that you can use. This is one of the easier ones I found. I did find Mario Batman and tried those, but it didn't look quite right. So I just stuck with Sonic as I know it worked. Good luck. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you were able to hack your first game. And if you like the content, make sure you comment below and go check out all the links below if you want to support me. Other than that, we out.